Powers.
We've forgotten how to write them, haven't I? Right, texts and tweets and things.
Okay, texts and tweets, I'll read them out if you want. I've got one here from Carl from MK1, and he's texting in to say, usual post-match celebrations, a glass of chilled orange juice and a trip to A&E. Carl with a K from MK1 is texted in to say, I couldn't say this because I might get into trouble with the FA, but our fans have said that any suggestion that tampons are a luxury item is frankly ridiculous. Danny from Albert Square, he's texted in to say, I'm arranging a meet, send your top boys. Ooh. Dan MK Dons says, why am I voluntarily listening to fish? Simon from London says, can't begin to say how frustrated I am at the officials on Saturday. Not that I was there, of course. And Carol from MK1, he's got back in touch via the medium of Twitter to tell us that he thought that the fans were magnificent throughout the tampon debacle. All credit to them.
Oh my word! Big up to Mr. John Twilly.
That's enough of that. I'm John Twilly, and every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock on Seclo Sounds, I'll be bringing you Soft Touch. We get to the heart of love, dating and relationships in Milton Keynes. With dating tips, real life stories and the best music from the 80s right through to today. This is one relationship you won't want to ditch. Soft Touch, Tuesdays at 9pm on Seclo Sounds, community radio for Milton Keynes.
That was a really good time, wasn't it? I lifted the fader thinking, we're ready, just as Adam was giggling quietly to himself. Well, not quietly, loudly to the entire nation is now listening to your giggles.
Sorry.
Right, you listen to the MooCamp Radio Show here on Seclo Sounds, and we're delighted about that. Our first football conversation will be to do with the visit of the boys from Hull on this very Saturday. May I start by asking the traditional question? Hands.
Hand.
Were
you there, Adam?
Yeah.
In that case, you can't put your hand up on the radio, so you just say hand.
Hand.
Okay. Hand. Right, well, moving on. Let us discuss. What do we have to say about the visit of the boys from Hull on Saturday?
We came second.
Yeah, we did.
We did come second.
We deserved to come second.
We did.
We did deserve to come
Can't
second.
argue with that.
There was no one was better. The only team better than us were Hull on that point on that day.
I was a bit perplexed about Lewington's position in that game, and I'm having to wonder whether he was told to be where he was or whether he's just genuinely useless, because that guy, old meaty boy that scored that goal, I genuinely was standing there. I can't use the language obviously that I used. I said, for goodness sake, Dean, look what that chap there's doing.
I could hear you actually. It sounded just like that.
It was just, I'm just assuming, because he's not a bad player, is he, Dino? His positioning, awareness is normally alright. It was terrible on Saturday. That guy just ran him. He wasn't in. He was in the centre back position when he should have been in his own left back position. He's rubbish.
Okay.
Carry on.
Right, what else we got to say? I'm going to pick out one thing. I don't know whether you picked up on this at all, but our club is trying to join in the ways of other clubs. And as is often the case, we have teething problems.
Yes.
Those of you regular away travellers may notice you pop into the lavatories, you'll quite often see a sign with your own logo on it that says thanks for travelling all this distance things. We went one further and decided to put in a special pie deal for the visitors using the badge. Or should I say using the badge of what they thought was Hull's football club. They actually used the badge of Hull Rugby Football Club.
Genius.
So managed to really annoy them all in what was supposed to be a really nice gesture. So well done, Dons. Very impressed with that.
Some folk can't take a joke, can they?
No, they clearly can't.
Idiots, you know.
I've got some questions.
Go.
We had, in our end, sorry, I'm trying to get my seat back up. We had people in the upper tier in our end.
Yeah.
Why was that?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Oh,
when they keep
right.
on about wanting to concentrate people and generate atmosphere and that,
get them up there.
spread them everywhere.
There wasn't that many though, was there?
No, I don't know why they bothered. It wasn't like it was sold out anywhere else. I had a friend who was sitting up there and he texted at one point during the game that he could actually hear the guy 15 rows down eating a packet of crisps. Which I was kind of impressed with. I like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Perhaps that's it.
I think that proves the acoustics are really good up there.
It proves something about the acoustics, definitely, yeah. What do we think? They bought, what, 2,500, something like that?
They bought 2,500 and a linesman, I think, to be honest with you.
I was directly in front of that. Well, I was. He stands where I sit, and I was not impressed with the young man.
No, he had a shocker, to say the least, didn't he?
Having said, the officials were poor. I mean, they were poor. I'm not going to sit here and justify, but the whole fact that old Judas didn't even have to make a save in the second half, you can blame the ref, and I know some guys. I know none of us in this room are going to blame him, or you can blame that linesman. But like I say, old Judas didn't even. I mean, I was watching him because I'm not fond of him, to be quite honest. I couldn't take my eyes off him, and. Halfway, sort of through the second half, he was doing all these warming up exercises, and I'm thinking, it's not even really that cold. He's trying to find something to do because he's not going to be troubled by a ball coming towards him. I can guarantee you that. So you can't blame the officials who were poor, but we were poor going forward.
The anagram for 7 down apparently had him a bit baffled for the 10 minutes.
I mean, he'd really been sitting there, got a deck chair out in the sun.
He could have done.
Noted hanky, got a green and white striped shirt on. But anyway,
I think you're a little obsessed. You really are. Okay, so I thought they bought. I was quite impressed with the numbers they bought for them. I was really disappointed with the noise they made. That's just a personal thing. Most of the time I couldn't hear them.
But you say that I had a friend who sat in the Derby end when they came, and they said they were really loud, but we couldn't hear them. I think it's the stadium, isn't it? There's just not enough.
It is, but you got because where I'm round in the family wing, so I'm not. I don't have to struggle with the noise of the cowshed. The noise, the deafening cacophony.
I mean, you made a point there about the crisps and the acoustics, how good they are. But I think that is true because when you think about when there's a good number, not even a good number. Last night, for instance, 500 and whatever it was.
Far more impressed with the Charlton lot than I was with the
Charlton
whole.
made a lot. Yeah,
but the noise that's generated from upstairs, it seems, is a lot better than what it is from downstairs.
And
it just seems to be freer.
There wasn't a lot of Charlton fans making that noise last night. It wasn't the whole 500.
No, you're right.
No, there was just a group in the middle.
Just a small group. So you think... I mean, I don't care if guys turn up and shout their heads off if they, sit about and do nothing. That's not what it's about. It's about trying to beat someone who's infinitely better than you are, which is what they were. They were far better.
Fundamentally better.
But I don't think they were pressing hard enough.
I don't think they got out a second.
No, I don't think they did.
Didn't need to.
They just walked up and thought, these are there for the taking. We might as well just play about with them. Which is
I left the game.
Really.
I left the game thinking there's no way that's a 2-0. But had we got it back to 1-1, I think they could have upped a gear and
they would have finished it off. Yeah, definitely.
Was their first goal offside?
Yeah.
I mean, Livermore was definitely offside in the first move for it. So I mean, the linesman should have put his flag up then.
Was this a traditional interpretation or new interpretation?
Now we had this discussion.
We spoke about this. Yeah, the rules have changed.
Yeah.
Either way, it would have been offside.
That's what. Yeah,
old
it
or
was
new.
Offside.
But I mean, Livermore was impeding with play. He was making players look to him as opposed to where the ball was. So if that's not an infringement, then I don't know what is. But I went in a half time, and in my mind, it was still 0-0. So the 1-0 loss wasn't bad, really.
Okay, can't really argue with that. All right, anything else we want to add? Or shall we move on?
No, that'll do.
Let's move on.
Yeah, done me. Okay, I've not read this bit, so this should be a laugh. In this section of the show, we've got... I know, it's as if I read it every week, not just fly right into it. In this section of the show, we've got a new nomination for the Monkeys, the George Moncur Award to services to football franchising. We've got the latest terrace chanting from the one guy who wasn't allowed in terraces. No, we've not.
We haven't, because he's not here.
We've got the latest in the opprobrium of footballing world and franchise watch, and we'll look back to last night's stunningly comfortable victory against Charlton.
Excellent, thank you very much.
This just in. Following Saturday's defeat against Hull and Robbo's unwillingness to blame the officials directly, he continued in a similar vein during a press conference at Stadium MK this morning. Taking full advantage of what he's now calling behind the scenes blaming through the fans, Robbo explained that while he wasn't going to criticise personally, he had heard the fans were extremely unhappy with ISIS, income tax, death, illness and the general inconsistency in the implementation of the offside rule. More on this once we've worked out what's wrong with death.
Okay, you can contact us by taking no more than a single shot on target throughout the entire 90 minutes, or alternatively, you can use more conventional methods. You can contact us on Facebook, and we're at facebook.com/the MooCamp. You can tweet us using the hashtag the MooCamp during the show. You can text 80085, but please remember to start your message with, I'm not sure who's more nervous now, Anthony K or me, or else it won't reach us. Or you can text direct to the studio on 07848 930 396.
Right, more texts and tweets. We've got one here from Jimmy Bullard, and he's tweeted in to say, think my invitation to the AFC Dons Christmas party might have gone for a Burton. Alan from Hull has texted in to say, I really love Celtic.
I'll read these.
Steve, who's also from Hull, he's texted in to Stop, you're putting me off, man. Right, Steve, who's also from Hull, he's texted in to tell us. I can't read this. Someone's going to have to take over, sorry.
Steve says, my face looks like someone's repeatedly smashed a frying pan on it. Chorlton from Charlton has texted to say, we really are rubbish, and I'm not kidding, we're truly awful. And Vladimir from Moscow has texted in to say, come on, you're the one.
That was very good, actually. I like that. Okay, excellent one. Right. We're not going to do Singing High Out for the Dons unless Adam
wants to throw something out there.
You've got a chant you've been wanting to share with the world for a long time.
No, I'm all right.
It's weird. Everyone we ask say the same thing. Okay. In that case...
Oh, I missed my chance.
Oh, hang on.
We can come back.
No, it's all right. It's too bad.
No,
that's the idea, yeah.
That's the idea.
The floor is yours.
No. I can't embarrass. I can't do it. I'll have to do it next time.
Well, it's roundabout time then. So, if you remember, I gave you 2 clues earlier on, and they were, clue 1, prohibit this group of brothers with an omission. Clue 2 again was Colourful Ken is looking for the concealed item. And your 3rd clue this evening, the arable employee wears his kilt with pride, while monks calculate his cattle's total score. That's it. Keep your guesses coming.
It's just confirming what I thought the first time you
It was a bit obvious, wasn't it, straight away?
Halfway through the first clue, to be fair. I think I
Really?
got this one. Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a while. Here we come. We have another nomination for the Monkees, more formally known as the George Moncur Award for services to football franchising. I can't speak. And previously known as the Over and Above and Beyond Wall of what that's basically those things. But previous award winners include George Moncur himself for his rather wonderful timing in scoring for Colchester against Preston, and George Baldock for scoring for Oxford against the Kingston lot in the 90-something minute and clearly loving every minute of it. The latest nomination comes from Sebastian from Aylesbury, and he writes, let me just stop the music down. He writes, I'd like to nominate Jimmy Bullard for a monkey for his rather amusing and repeated put-downs of the prima donnas from Kingston and their insistence everyone else joins them in living in the past. So, did anyone see what this was all about?
Yeah, I did. I'd like to say that for me, Mr. Bullard brightened up what would have been an otherwise dull day. Every single thing he was putting out had got a kick with it. And they're really, really, really good. So, yeah, it's a hand from me, definitely.
Okay. Mr. Jerser, do we have a hand from you?
Yeah, son.
And Mr. Adam Fair?
Yeah, no, absolutely a hand.
Okay, chairman votes yes as well. So I think that, round of applause for Jimmy Bullard, not just a Don, but now the proud owner of a monkey.
Can I say something there? Because I always
Are you going to sing your song?
No. It's too... I'll do it later. I never thought Jimmy Bullard quite got us.
No.
And now I think he's proved
He definitely did.
Yeah.
I felt a bit sorry for him because some of the things that were coming out of this, there was an interview I think that came out just before it, which might have even prompted it, I don't know, but he was saying he ended his career in front of 3,000 fans at Northampton. He said that really wasn't the way he wanted to go out. That was his farewell. It's like, yeah, I can understand that.
I was there.
Yeah.
Could be worse. He could have missed a penalty.
Very
Sorry,
true.
Andre Flow. Against
Absolutely.
Scunthorpe.
Yeah. I had a sneaking feeling that was long after his career had finished.
His career had long gone.
Right, okay. Have we told Adam he's doing this bit?
I don't think we have we?
I'll do this.
Okay. We'll guide you in a second. Sit back and enjoy the ride.
Lexicon of Jazz.